Hello my friends, welcome to my channel Other Musing once again, And today we are going to see how February 2021 will work out for you and what sort of changes are waiting to happen for you in February. And again, remember this is a timeless reading, so though this reading is largely meant for February 2021, but whenever you come across this reading, it should be applicable for you for that particular month. Also, it is a general reading, so though it is my wish that whatever I say resonates with all of you, but sometimes not everything I say may gel with every one of you. So pick whatever applies to you and ignore the rest. So we have 4 groups like usual. So this is group number 1. This is the red jasper. This is group number 2. This is the white or clear quartz. This is group number 3. We have the pink quartz over here. And then this is the group number 4, which is a unakite crystal. So again, these are 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, pause the video if needed, take your time, calm down yourself, and then ask yourself which pile or which group or which crystal you are immediately drawn to. And that group, will be your group. Once you have chosen your group, look down in the description. All the timestamps will be given for every group. And you can just click onto the timestamp corresponding to your group, and I'm going to meet you over there. I'm going to also leave these groups over here in front of you for another minute or so that you can take your time to meditate on them and choose your selection. Hi, group number 1. For those of you who have chosen this red jasper, we will see what you have in store for February 2021, what kind of changes are coming your way. So let's see, let's start with the tarot first. So we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, actually the 4 of Pentacles, sorry. Okay, so immediately, so as you are heading into February, you're fighting with a lot of financial issues, a lot of stability, a lot of financial instability, financial loss. You are not at all in control of what's happening, in your life in terms of your financial future, in terms of your financial security. So that's keeping you bothered, right? That's keeping you in a headache. Yep. That's definitely has been a headache for you as you are moving into February 2021. So this top row will be all about, your current condition, as you are heading into February 2021, what is the kind of situation that, you are dealing with, right? So that will be all about that top row over here. And so immediately as I can, I can see that financial issue, financial burden, it's keeping you worried, it's keeping you, maybe in a little depressed. And obviously, if you are not secure in terms of financial situation, if you're not feeling stable, then that's a very valid reason for anyone to get worried about. And I think given the current situation, with Corona and all that stuff, a lot of people have been facing this kind of a worry, this kind of a trouble as to how to go about, in your day-to-day life. This is definitely a headache for a lot of us. And so I can definitely, empathize, with this particular group. And so there's a lot of lack of fertility right now. But I think, you're about to close that, right? You're about to close that. You're about to move away from that. Yep, and you definitely have some sort of a dream. You definitely have some sort of a something in your mind going on that you want to, fructify, but you haven't been able to do that yet, right? And that's what's keeping you a little bit worried. Or maybe you have some dream, you have some ambition in your mind. You want to do something, but it hasn't reached that level of success. It hasn't reached that stage of maturity. It hasn't, reached that place, that it is going to give you, it's going to provide you the comfort that you desire, right? Maybe, you are still working for this. And, so that's why what happens is when you are working for something, it takes some time. It doesn't, immediately materialize. If you want to materialize something, you have to work for that. I think that's what, you are going through right now. So that's why there's a lot of hardships in that initial phase, lot of burden, lot of financial worries, plus lot of other worries. You are thinking whether whatever you are trying to achieve, whether that's going to ever materialize, whether that's going to materialize, to the extent that you are desiring, right? So all that kind of thought, all that kind of worries are, keeping, you little bit, making you a little bit unstable at the moment, emotionally, financially, all in every way. So now let's see in February, what kind of changes, you can expect, right? Wow. Okay, so definitely 3 of materials or 3 of pentacles. So things are going to change. Things are going to become more brighter in February for you. Yep, you are going to walk more and more, as I said. So this Hermit card coming out reversed, and given that, you have the 2 of Wands over here, so definitely shows that, you are definitely walking towards something. You are definitely putting all your labor towards something. So you are trying to be more dynamic. You are trying to be more extroverted, to fructify that dream of yours, right? So so that's how I inferred this particular card. Wow, Queen of Materials, so Queen of Pentacles. So definitely, the wheel is turning, in your favor now. So whatever, you have been working towards, it's going to start yielding result. It's going to start showing positive result in February. Wow, so this is a very positive sign. So you have the Queen of Pentacles plus, you have the King of Pentacles side by side. So a lot of positive changes are coming after a period of hardship, after a period of, as I was saying earlier. And I think you deserve this because, you have put in enough labor, you have made enough sacrifices to achieve that. And so now finally, I think, you are beginning to realize that, you're beginning to be in a position, where that, that you had hoped for. And that's what, February is going to bring in your life, right? And also, I see a lot of Pentacle cards. So definitely, it's all about, that monetary aspect. It's all about that stability. It's all about getting that stability, getting that financial stability. It also could be that some of you are earth sign. So whoever this group is about, some of you could be about, some of you could belong to an earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So please check your sunshine or check your moonshine. And I won't be surprised that, if a lot of you belong to the earth signs. And also definitely the stability will play a very big role in your life in February, getting that stability back, being more grounded. See, that's another thing because you are a hard worker, right? So you're working hard and you definitely have some skills, you definitely have some potential and that you are trying to make use of, right? And so your dream is not like a fool's dream. Your dream is definitely grounded in reality, and that's what you have been trying to put a lot of hard work towards, right? And I think that's how it is beginning to now show result. So February is going to be a very positive month for you, right? So the moon over here, the reversed. So again, I think it's just about you maintaining that stability, don't get overly carried away, or don't get unduly worried. Don't let any sort of negative thoughts come into your mind at this stage, because you have put in enough labor. You are reaching that position, you are reaching that state. So now don't let your mind play any sort of tomfoolery with you. Don't let your mind mislead you at this particular stage. Keep doing whatever you are doing, right? So I think that's what this is saying, right? Because moon is an indicator of our mind, and so this coming out reverse suggests that your mind may try to play tricks with you, but just be careful about that. Okay. Okay, so peace. So we have the 4 oracle cards over here, actually 5. So peace, so definitely I think this relates with this one, right? So try to maintain that peace. I think obviously, given that you have put in a lot of labor, a lot of your dreams, a lot of your ambition is involved with whatever this project that you are trying to accomplish. It's probably only understandable that that you are going through a lot of inner turmoil, inner conflict, a lot of indecisions, a lot of hesitations, a lot of worries. But I'm telling you that February will be a very positive month for you. No need for that worry. You have put in labor, and now it's time for you to reap the benefit of that labor, right? So that's what February is indicating. So just maintain that inner peace, maintain that inner balance, and it's again, this spread is all about being more stable, being more balanced, and also and it's not only inner balance, it's also financial stability, all sorts of stability, right? Yeah, milestone, right? So definitely this is another indicator that something big is about to happen in your life in February, right? And when I see this milestone card, plus I see the Queen of Pentacles plus the King of Pentacles side by side, so definitely there's going to, it's all tells me that a big breakthrough is coming, right? It's a very big breakthrough is coming. That's going to really turn the table in your favor, right? That's going to really change this initial, whatever that initial hardship that you had faced, and it's going to really turn it, upside down, and it's going to really be in your favor. So that's what this milestone card indicates. Okay, memories of love, right? So some sort of a love issue, some sort of emotional issue could also be going on, right? Let me keep it over here. And yep, emotional loss, right? So it's very interesting. This particular group, it's so far I was thinking it's all about monetary stability. It's all about your inner stabilizing that inner thought process, because you are involved in a big project, and lot of last moment hesitations, lot of last moment dilemma are crossing your mind, and you are trying to get conquer that inner doubts and inner hesitations. But it also seems that there's some sort of an emotional issue could also be playing a big role in that overall instability in your life, or at least that's what you had to go through as you are heading into February. So for a lot of you, it's not only the financial issue, it's also some sort of a emotional issue. Someone that you loved, someone in your life, whom you had great affection for, you had great love for. Maybe you have lost them. They have walked out of your life. Maybe someone of your near and dear one has departed, and you're thinking of them. So it's all about becoming more stable in that respect too. So it is stability in different ways. Stability in terms of your mind, your emotion. Stability in terms of financial situation, right? I think February talks about all that. And the final card I have is the spiritual strength, right? So it's overall a very positive card. So it talks about you being a master of yourself, getting that strength back in February, and being more stable. So I think if I have to summarize this entire spread, group number 1 in one word, it is stability. Stability, 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 stability. That's all this spread indicates, right? You have a lot of pentacle cards. You have a lot of cards that talks about stability. You have the strength over here. You have the Empress card over here. You have the Queen of Materials, the King of Materials. The two pentacle cards. You have the Peace card over here. You have the World card over here. You have the Ten of Wands over here. All of them are indicating that you have been carrying some burden. You have been trying to pursue a dream. You are walking towards something. You have lost someone. Or you have maybe it's a broken relationship. Maybe someone has parted. A very near one has parted. And so you are trying to get over all that issues. But in February, it's all about turning the table in your favor. Whatever you have been working towards, reaching that the stage of maturity, being able to see that dream of yours materialize, right? And achieving the stability in the financial front, achieving the stability in the emotional front, getting a lot of strength. See that you have the strength card and the peace card side by side, right? So these both talks about getting that strength, becoming more, getting that inner strength, getting that inner peace back. And I think so February is all about things falling in place for you and giving you that much needed respite that you have been looking forward to for the prior months. So I think that's all I have for you, my group number 1, and overall it's going to be a very positive month for you. So keep your hearts open, keep doing what you have been doing, keep doing that hard work. I think the results are about to come in your favor, and there's definitely a very important milestone for you waiting in February. So all my best wishes for you, my group number 1, and if you do like this reading, please give me a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment to my video. I hope to see you in another video soon. So for now, I take your leave. Goodbye. Hello, my group number 2. For those of you who have chosen this clear quartz, this will be your reading to see what kind of changes February 2021 is bringing in your life. I feel this group, your changes will be a lot with regard to getting more clarity in your life, because you have chosen clear quartz. So clear quartz is it means clearness in your thought process, clearness in the way you are thinking, right? So it will be probably not about clarity anyway. So let's see. And also another interesting thing is, I had to pull a lot of cards for your group. I mean, when I say I had to pull, it's kind of a misnomer. I mean, I don't do it consciously, but I think the divine energy made me pull a lot of cards for this particular group. So let's see what else what comes up in your reading. So the top row, what I'm going to show in the top row, that will be all mostly about your current energy, right? So definitely. So I have the 6 of Cups over here, so definitely reversed. You are maybe too preoccupied with the past, right? Yep, you are too preoccupied with the past. Maybe you need to change your thought process. You are stuck in the past for some reason, and that's what keeping you burdened. That's what's proving to be a bane in your life, proving to be a kind of a curse in your life, right? You need to probably come out of that. You are stuck in some sort of a rut, some sort of a past issue, some sort of a stagnant thought process that you need to change. Yep, the change is going to come, so you need to come out of that. The change is, the World card, it signifies, some sort of a closure, some sort of a change that you need to come out of. You need to leave that past behind and, and move on and close that chapter, right? Yeah, so you have, so again, I think this is that inability to come out of the past and look beyond it, that inability to have a vision for the future, right? It's like, you are too stagnant right now. You are not trying to move ahead, right? Because 2 of Wands, it talks about having that vision, having that dream, having that eagerness to move ahead and to go for something go for something else. So it's like for some reason, you have lost that ability to dream, and you're lacking that clarity, you're lacking that the clearness in your thinking, you're too stuck in the past. So you need to move out of that, you need to close that, right? Yep. So the page of swords. So it's that, I think that clarity is going to come in your life. So you're going to start to get that clarity in your thought. So this page of swords talks about that new beginning in that sense, right? So that you're going to, it's as if your mind is filled with cloud. So a lot of cloudiness is obscuring your thought process, right? But I think you're going to start seeing through that cloud. You're going to start gathering your thought process more clearly, in a more better way in February. Yep, the tower. So you have the tower card over here and then the world card over here. So definitely a change is coming. Definitely a closure is coming in the way you are conducting yourself so far. In the way, you are burdening yourself unnecessarily because of your thought process, because of your lack of clarity. I think definitely that's going to go away. That process of you coming out of that is going to start in February. That past is going to, come to a closure for you. And so definitely having the world and the tower card both upright and both coming up in your spread is very significant in that regard. And so in a way, having that tower card in your spread is a sign of positive change, is a sign of some sort of a closure, that you haven't been able to achieve. You haven't been able to achieve that closure so far. But I think in February, you're going to start that process, right? Yeah, so definitely, whatever it is, see the 5 of Pentacles, then I have the 10 of Wands over here. So whatever it is, it has definitely kept you burdened. It has definitely kept you emotionally burdened. It has maybe definitely kept you financially burdened, maybe because I think that's what I was saying over here with regard to the 2 of Wands. I think it is something to do with your thought process, since you are not being able to adapt to the changing situation, since you are not being able to think fresh, think out of the box, right? Or maybe, you're not being able to put your past behind and move ahead and look in the future and think of something else. That is also causing some financial issues in your life, right? So maybe, suppose if you are an entrepreneur, or if you are a career person, right? You're involved in some sort of a career, where a lot of innovation is needed, or maybe where if you're in a management position, where you are facing some problem, whatever it is, whatever way you are engaged in your day-to-day life. So this could be an emotional as well as a financial issue, or a little bit of both. Wherever that clarity is required, wherever that out-of-the-box thinking is required, wherever it is needed for you to, not to come out of that stagnant thought process, right? Come out of that inner confusion, that inner, it's like too much of thought is clouding your mind, is keeping you heavy, keeping you burdened. Right? It's like you're grappling with too many things, too much confusion, right? Inability to look beyond what has happened already. That's what's giving you a lot of trouble. And I think that's what is going to come down. So there's going to be a more positive change away from that, right? Yep, again, so the same thing. So the 9 of Cups reversed. So again, it's a lot of emotional issue. It has caused a lot of emotional turbulence because, again, so you have the 10 of Wands and then right below that you have the 9 of Cups, right? So definitely it's not keeping you happy, and that you are suffering because of that. And I think, so this is like a positive, a positive loop, because what's happening over here is the more confused you are, the more you are suffering from that lack of clarity, the more missteps you are taking, the more false steps you are taking, right? And the more you are suffering because of that, the more you are getting burdened because of that, and then that is adding to your further confusion. That is adding to your further lack of clarity. I think that's what needs to change in February, and that's what is going to change in February, right? Yeah, so 7 of sword. So 7 of voice is 7 of sword. So definitely now you are going to start coming out of that inner deception. You are going to start coming out of that, that inner turbulence. So far, it was like you were deceiving yourself. You were fooling yourself. You were like misguiding yourself. And I think you're going to slowly come out of that. Yeah, so 3 of Pentacles. So again, that's what this same thing. So, and as a result of that, as you are beginning to, see, it's literally like, as you are beginning to cut across that cloud of, that cloud of confusion, that cloud of ignorance, that cloud of not knowing the right from the wrong. As you are beginning to come out of that, as you are beginning to come out of the inner deception, you are heading for more better prospect. You're heading for more better financial prospect and maybe even emotional prospect. I think that's what this 3 of Pentacles indicate, right? Yep. So again, the 8 of Cups reversed. So this is the same as, whatever the 6 of Cups over here had said. It's again, inability to move away from the past. So something has happened in the past, either a past incident or some sort of a past memory that keeps haunting you, maybe a past trauma in some of your cases that has really clouded your thought process, that has maybe really caused such an emotional burden in your life that it has sucked out that passion from your life, it has sucked out that ability to think beyond it, to think, to look towards the future, to have new dreams. Something has happened. I think that's going to change. That's slowly going to change, right? Again, the sun, is no different. So the sun is like lack of prosperity, right? It's a lack of success so far. And I think I've already talked about that over here. What has caused that, right? But the good thing is, see, the next to the sun, you have the star. So the star is very important because when you see the star and the world card and the tower card and the page of sword and the 7 of sword, these are like all telling you a story. These are all telling you that it's a new beginning. You're finding new inspiration. You're going to find that more clarity of thoughts. So that inner ability to decide the right from wrong, to find out the proper course of action, that inner ability, that inner faculty, that discriminative faculty that helps us progress in our life, right? That intellectual faculty that helps us decide, that had eluded you so far, that has really proved, to be your enemy for so far, no matter whatever the reason is, maybe some emotional issue in the past, maybe, your inner confusion, whatever it is. I think that's going to change. You're going to now find new inspiration. You're going to find that start getting more clarity. You will be able to organize your thoughts better, right? Your mind will now become a greater friend for you in deciding your future course of action. I think that's what I get over here, right? So decrease. It's like lot of, again, the decrease, I see this in the context of the world as well as the tower card. A lot of changes are happening in your life. Now, initially that change may not be very pleasant in some of your cases, right? But remember, these changes are happening because of a reason, and it's a good reason, because you are coming out of that burdensome phase, that darker phase, and you are heading towards a more positive phase, right? But when that change happens, that change itself may not be always, very positive. Or when I say when the change is happening, when you're actually going through that change, it may be more turbulent phase for your life, right? It's like you are probably losing a lot of those things that are known to you, that that you are familiar with, that you have been familiar with. You are losing all those familiar faces, right? Or maybe you are going through some sort of a loss. Especially, when I see the 5 of Pentacles over here, right? So it's definitely, maybe initially you are going through some sort of a loss, right? But see, it is part of a cycle. if I bring this card over here, it's a cycle. It's a cycle, right? So that loss is happening because it is bringing about more positive changes. It's like you are losing that last remnant of that past that was not very positive for you. So this loss is actually good, right? Because this loss is taking away those last shreds, those last remaining bits of your inner doubts of that darker past, and is bringing in more positive change. Taking steps, right? So again, same thing. So it's like you don't know the way forward. I think that's what I've already mentioned before, right? So far you didn't know how to move forward. I think that's what this is indicating. But this is going to change. This is going to change, right? So you are going to slowly start seeing how to move forward and what steps to take, to go ahead. Fragmented energy. So this coming out reversed is actually good. See, fragmented energy is like, there's too many, it's like you're figuring out the puzzle, right? You're beginning to figure out the puzzle. So this card coming out reversed is actually good. That means so far, your energy was getting scattered here and there, right? That's what I have been saying all along. Because when you don't have that clarity of thought, when you don't know what to do, how to do, what path to take, right? How to materialize your dreams, you are like trying to do too many things. And in the process, you're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy fast because, you're continuously fighting with your past. You're continuously fighting with your inner, with your inner confusion, inner hesitations, there's an inner conflict going on. You are fighting with that. And thirdly, because, you are not sure of the path, you are trying to do too many things. And in the end, you're wasting up, you're ending up wasting your energy, wasting up your financial resource, right? That's why, that has kept you in some sort of a financial difficulty too. So, but that's going to change. That's what this fragmented energy, it talks about, the reverse, right? So the reverse means now you're going to start piecing together the puzzle. Now that fragmented thought process is going to now slowly start settling in. It's going to now slowly start showing you the proper way for you. So this is good. This is good. And this fragmented energy, and again, keep at the back of your mind that you have the World card and the Tower card upright and the Star. So this all talks about positive change coming in your life. 4 directions. So definitely at this moment you need to. There's also a need for you to surrender, right? And again, this is important because if you don't know how to surrender, sometimes when you think of something, set your mind on that. Don't think twice, right? That's what this card is talking about. Because so far, you were not sure about what to do. And so you decide on something at one point and then immediately you're going to change your mind. Then again, you're going to change your mind because you don't have that trust in the divinity. You don't have that trust in yourself, first of all. And then secondly, you are lacking from that trust in the divinity. Like whatever you are doing, I will stick to that. And if my effort is sincere, then the divinity, then the greater powers, they will aid me, they will help me get there. I think that's what this card is talking about. Right? And remember that it's very true. If your effort is sincere, if you're working hard towards something, right? If you have that great confidence, that great strength in yourself, then you call it divinity, you call it, the nature, you call it the higher powers, whatever it is. The universe, they come to your help. But they will never they will never help someone who doesn't know how to help himself or herself. If you are not your own biggest friend, if you are acting as your own biggest enemy, then no one can help you. So this is the story over here. But once you start realizing what is best for your, for your own interest, once you start getting that inner clarity back, once you start, your mind starts aiding you, start acting as your own friend, right? Once you know what steps to take, how to act, get our control of your thought process, get our control of your energy, right? And you stick to something, then the universe will also be helping you. I think that's what's coming in your life. And finally, see, patience and planning. That's what I've been telling you also for, right? That's what I just said. Patience and planning. Think about something. Obviously, there's no harm in thinking. Obviously, you shouldn't be at the same time, too impulsive. No. But once you have thought through something, once you have planned out something with patience, with calmness, with clarity, then stick to that. Then don't move, don't step back. Once you take a plunge, stick to that. That's what it is saying, patience and planning, right? And the final oracle card I have is positive movement forward. See, you had the taking steps. This had come out reversed. So this is your past, right? But what you need to do is positive movement forward. To counter this, you need to take positive movement forward, right? So overall, my group number 2, I think, you're choosing this white crystal white quartz is also very significant in this regard. This is a spread that talks about inner clarity, getting that inner clarity back, coming out of that stage of confusion that has definitely, kept you, in trouble, in financial trouble, maybe emotional trouble, a lot of inner conflict, turbulence, stuck in the past, stagnant thought process. But you are going to get a closure from that, because again, the world and the fortune, the tower card is over here. You're going to start getting new clarity, new inspiration, and you have to also walk towards your patient. You have to also walk towards your inner trust, inner confidence. And once you do that, my group number 2, you are going to get more positive financial benefit, more positive emotional benefit, more positive inner happiness. And again, just to emphasize, once you do that, once you get that trust in your ability, in yourself, the universe will also be trying to help you to get to that goal, right? So that's all I have for you, my group number 2. Hope that resonates with you. If you do like this reading, then don't forget to give a like and subscribe to my channel, and do let me know through your comments how you like this video. And I hope to see you in another video in the future soon. For now, I take your leave. Bye. Hello, my group number 3. For those of you who have chosen this pink quartz, let's see what kind of changes are coming for you in February 2021. I have a sense that this could be a lot about you getting that inner peace back. I think somehow you had lost that inner peace, because the pink quartz generally talks about that healing, that love, that inner peace. That's what this talks about, right? And I think when you're choosing of this particular crystal, this looks like there's probably a need for you to heal yourself, to come out of some sort of an unpleasant situation, and getting that inner peace back. So anyway, we'll see what kind of things comes up in your tarot. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands. We have the Page of Wands over here. Okay, next to the Page of Wands, we have the 8 of Swords. So generally, the top row, what I laid out over in the top row over here, will talk about your current energy as you are heading into February 2021. What sort of things, in what stage are you in? Your mental stage, your surroundings is going to throw some light on that, right? So I feel like when you look at these two cards, definitely you feel free. You feel that you have the courage to do anything and everything that you want, which is good. It's a very positive spirit, very vibrant spirit, very energetic spirit, right? It's someone who has found, who has lots of those newfound energy, lots of those newfound inspiration, right? And he doesn't feel, or he or she doesn't feel like that they are stuck to anything, that the situation is really forcing them in any way, or the situation is hampering their progress in any way, right? Which is good, right? So that's what your current energy is, right? Yeah. So you feel victorious, you feel successful, and maybe you are successful right now, right? And it's because of your courage, because of your inspiration, because of your that newfound that level of energy, that indomitable spirit, right? That's the right word I was looking for. It's the indomitable spirit, right? You feel like you can conquer everything. That situation or surroundings cannot pull you down, right? So that's the kind of person you are, and that's the kind of situation you are in right now, right? So victorious. Yeah. But so that's okay. So 3 of Cups, right? So it's like suddenly there's a little bit of trace of the darker clouds in the horizon, right? So let's see what else is there. Okay, so definitely you could be someone, and again, you could be someone with lots of energy, a lot of inspiration. You could be someone, who's involved in some sort of a business, some sort of a commercial activity. Maybe you're an entrepreneur.Maybe, you manage a small company, a small organization. You have your own thing going on, right? Something to do with trade, business, where, a lot of energy, a lot of activity, a lot of indomitable spirit is required. Right, I think that's what you are. A lot of you are involved in some sort of trade, industry, commercial activity, right? Okay, so yeah, and again, it's like you cannot be conquered. You cannot be, dominated, right? It's again that very free-spirited. It's one who's full of energy, full of inspiration, always feeling victorious. One who always feels that. They can conquer anything and everything, no matter what it is, right? Which is a very, very good spirit. And I think that's what I said. You could be a highly likely you are an entrepreneur of some sort, right? Maybe a small entrepreneur or a big entrepreneur, whatever it is. But you have something going on that you are very, that you feel very good about, right? Okay, so the 6 of Cups, so this is the second row, which talks about what kind of changes could be happening in February, right? And what you need to be cautious about, good or bad, right? So 6 of Cups. So again, the 6 of Cups over here, coming out below the Page of Wands, I don't know, I get the vibe that something related to the past, either a past acquaintance or a past connection, maybe you're some old friends, or maybe your old business partner, or something like that could play a role in what is about to happen in February. But again, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Okay, so the 6 of Swords, right? So 6 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, so again it talks about you are not being able to move away from your past, right? You're not being able to move away from your past in some regard. So I think something is keeping you a little worried. Something is keeping you a little, concerned, right? And it's something to do with an old energy. Something to do with the old energy, right? That lack of movement, some sort of a anxiety, a past anxiety, is probably keeping you a little bit worried, right? Yep. So Queen of Inspiration and the Queen of Wands. So something is going to happen in February, or maybe it has already started to happen in your life. So it's it's a little bit of a setback. I think that's what I sense from this particular spread. So things were going very hunky-dory for you. You are full-spirited. You are full of energy, inspiration. I know you felt like, again, as I've said before, you felt like nothing can hold you back. And that will still be very true for you, because that's the kind of person you are. Very indomitable spirits, right? Full of inner strength. But then you may have to suffer a temporary setback in February. And I think some of your old connections, some of your familiar connections, someone whom you trusted a lot, you trust a lot, they can probably throw a curveball at you. They can probably, draw the carpet from beneath you. I also sense maybe some sort of litigation, some sort of a court proceedings you may get entangled in. Something that's going to set you back a little, right? And something that's going to, keep you little, anxious. That you won't be, for a moment, when that happens, you'll have a hard time moving away from that. So it's going to keep you worried, because especially when I see the Six of Swords and the Queen of Inspiration side by side, I feel like whatever that is about to happen, or that may have just happened in your life, is going to temporarily dampen your spirit. But not to worry, because you are not like that kind of a person who's going to let that overwhelm you. And again, so that the Five of Materials, the Five of Pentacles, coming out reversed, which is good, right? So that means, so this is a temporary setback. I feel that is the message I get. It's a temporary setback. Something or some situation or some acquaintance has acted in your detriment. They don't have your goodwill in their mind. And so some situation has temporarily pulled you down. But it's not, though it's going to be a setback, but it's not going to, leave you high and dry. It's not going to leave you high and dry, right? So it's just like a temporary setback. But you will be able to get over that, right? Yeah, Nine of Inspiration, so the Nine of Cups. So this talks about, that fighting spirit, right? So you need to, so don't let that thing trouble you. I think, see, that's what I keep saying again and again, because you are, from what I see over here, you are not like that kind of a person who's going to let small bumps on the road put them down, right? When you are on the road, when you are, going towards something, achieving, going for a goal, or whatever it is in life, you are going to, come across small bumps on the road. Time will be positive and negative. Time will be, there will be ups and downs in your life. And I think that's what, one of that down phase, you may see in February. And so the tarot is warning you that, or this particular spirit is warning you that keep your fighting spirit up, right? You are a fighter, you are not afraid of a fight, and you have always emerged victorious, right? So keep that spirit, keep that inner confidence high. So whatever it is that happens, when that happens, don't let it pull you down. Maintain that courage. See the fear, right? So I think it's some court litigation, some temporary loss, some temporary setback, right? That may cause a lot of fear in you, right? You feel like as if, you are at the edge. You feel like there's no turning back, which is kind of surprising because you are not that kind of a person. But I think, having said that, no matter how strong a person is, when a particular, unfortunate thing happens, right, it is always very normal to, feel a little apprehensive at that particular point of time. Feel a little bit like, as if, you have been thrown off the track. Feel like a temporary loss of direction, a temporary, loss of energy. It's like, why did this happen in my life? Why now? What did I do wrong? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen, right? It's like that kind of phase, you may go through in February. Now again, I'm sorry, this may not sound very pleasant to you, but again, but remember, this is just a temporary thing. And I keep saying that again and again, whatever it is, you are going to get over that, because it's very difficult to put someone like you down forever, right? But just remember that keep that fighting spirit, right? And don't let fear overly conquer you, right? Don't let it, totally overwhelm you. That's what's very important. planning and action, right? So it talks about, so again, so I think when that happens, have inner courage, have inner strength, and plan your future course of action, right? What needs to be done, how you can turn it around in your favor, right? That's what's more important. That's what the tarot is warning you, planning and action, right? And decrease, again, as I said, this talks about some temporary loss, some temporary setback. So there could be some momentary, maybe a loss in profit in your company. Either it could be because of just a general market situation, right? Maybe you have some stocks, and suddenly your stock price plummet. You have a loss, or maybe you have some sort of a company labor trouble, right? Because of that, your company goes in a shutdown. You don't know what to do, and there's a loss. Maybe, as I've said before, maybe there's a court case, maybe a court litigation that is going on, and someone, that you have trusted from your known circle has acted in your detriment. Right? It could be anything, but that's going to cause a temporary setback, a temporary loss, right? But again, keep that fighting spirit, because you are going to get over that. See, stand your ground, right? It's like you are a warrior. You know that these temporary ups and downs are part of your life. Yes, you may be temporarily, overwhelmed. You may feel temporarily, you may feel at a loss as to what to do, which is perfectly normal. But you have that indomitable courage, you have that indomitable spirit. So, the tarot is telling you, stand your ground. Don't let this put you down, because this is not the end of story for you, right? Power. See, that's what I was saying. You are like a lion, right? You are that lion spirited. See, this is a wonderful card, right? I think this one and then this one, stand your ground, and the power. This clearly tells us what kind of a person you are, right? Who always, and I think even in the past, in some of your cases, your journey may not have been smooth, right? Because I think that's why, whenever situation has tried to trap you, situation has tried to bring you down, you have always, found a way to, break through. You have always found. So this is, whatever that new thing that is coming up, this is not very, I feel like, this is not going to be very new for most of you. You are already aware of life struggles and you know how to deal with them, right? And the final two cards I have is accelerated motion. So you may see things moving very fast in February, right? So I think that's what this spread over here indicates, right? So suddenly, things are going smoothly, things are going very hunky-dory, and suddenly something happens. You get a bad news, you get a setback, and suddenly the things turn from very positive to slightly dark, slightly grey, and you start worrying what's going to happen. How long will this last? What can I do to turn it around? I think that's what this is saying, accelerated motion, right? And the final card I have is, again, triumph. So nothing can be a perfect ending for your spread than this, right? So stand your ground. So see, I have these three cards in succession: stand your ground, right? Power, and then triumph, right? That's it. I have nothing more to say about this spread, So it's a spread about a lot of inner courage, a lot of inner strength, and actually this group is a perfect contrast to group number 2, because in group number 2 it was all about discovering that inner courage. There were a lot of confusion, a lot of inner conflict, whereas in this particular case, you have that perfect clarity, you know what to do. No matter how much situations throws a curveball at you, you will always get back. You will always come out of that barrier, the trap. You will always emerge victorious. See, because you have the triumph over here and you have the Six of Wands over here. But it's just normal ups and downs, normal curveballs. Things are not going to always work out smoothly for you. Things are going to change a little bit, sometimes not to your liking. But don't let that fear overpower you. Don't let it drain you. Don't remain too perplexed or too stuck in that situation. Move ahead. Things are not going to be all that bad for you, because the Five of Materials is reversed over here, and then more importantly, you have these three beautiful cards over here that talks about courage, power, and then finally triumph, right? Let me just actually move these cards a little bit. I mean, I think you're having a hard time seeing these cards. Yeah. Sorry, my camera here. Right. So I think my group number 3, nothing to worry about. As long as, whenever you face the situation, as long as you plan your course of action and what's going to be, how you're going to turn around, it's going to be a momentary phase in your life, and you are going to again emerge victorious. So that's all I have, and I hope this particular reading helps you to be ready for that situation and to act accordingly. And all my best wishes for your journey in life. And if you like this reading, do give me a like and do leave me a positive comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you in another reading in the future like this. For now, I take your leave. Bye. Hi, group number 4. For those of you who have chosen this unakite crystal, this is a very strange stone. It's a kind of a family of granite and diorite, but it has this green feldspar, green and pink feldspars. So this unakite, it's not really a crystal, it's a stone. And I feel like your reading will be much more deeper than just a monthly transformation. I think your reading, it's a continuous change or continuous transformation that has been happening in your life for quite some time now. And February is just one step in that direction, right? And so your reading will probably be a little different from the other groups in the sense that it is more about long-term effects or long-term continuation of things, right? So anyway, so let's see what your group reveals, and I believe it will be something to do with your inner healing. That grounding, that's finding that stability and finding that inner peace. And not only that, I think you people are going through a lot of turmoil, lot of conflict, and a lot of that is probably your self-created, right? So I think you're fighting with yourself. You're continuously fighting with yourself in some respect. Right, so it's not about probably turning around from that. So let's see anyway what the tarot reveals in your case. Okay, so you have the Ace of Pentacles over here. It has come out reversed. So okay, so 9 of Pentacles also reversed. So I think definitely you are trying to work towards something that you haven't fully realized. You're putting in a lot of effort, but you are still not getting that sign of things starting to fructify, things starting to materialize to the extent that you would love to have. And so I think that's why you are sorry, you're still not feeling that level of confidence, that level of overall comfort right now. Okay, but I think the things are definitely moving in your favor, right? And things are definitely moving on your favor. But let me pull out another. Okay, the Fool. So I have the Chariot and then I have the Fool side by side, right? So it's something that you're working towards, and things are definitely moving. But I think you are not realizing that because you lack that inner balance to fully understand how things are evolving around you. Maybe the things are evolving, are really working towards your favor. But I think you are expecting quick results, right? I think that's why you are losing faith in yourself. And also probably you are losing faith in your surroundings and in the higher powers, in the universe, in divinity, whatever you choose to call it, right? So the chariot, for example, it not only talks about movement, so definitely things are moving, but it also talks about your inner balance. I think you are not seeing that movement because of that lack of inner balance, that lack of inner clarity, right? I think that's what's happening. So the Fool, so that's why I said, having the chariot and the Fool side by side is very important, right? It's very significant. So it talks about, that sense of surrender, right? I think because, you're expecting too much too soon, probably that is the case for some of you. And because of that, you are trying to do too many things yourself, right? You feel like, oh no, I have to get there. I have to get there by tomorrow. I have to get there, within a week or within a month or even within a year. I'm not going to prepare to wait longer, right? There's too much of impulsiveness, too much of fighting against the inevitable, and then you're getting frustrated. I get that sense, right? But the universe is telling you that, learn to surrender a little bit. Yeah, so definitely you have some big dreams, and definitely you are someone, who's passionate about that. You are not someone, who's ready to give up, which is good thing, which is good. You are not ready to give up, and you have a lot of passion, a lot of, inner drive to achieve that. But what's happening in your case, my group number 4, is too much of that inner drive, too much of that passion is sometimes working against you. Because with all that passion, with all that energy, with all that drive, you are trying to get, as I said before, you are trying to get things too soon. You are hoping that, things are going to work out in your favor too soon. But there is that need for persistent effort. There is the need for more long-term effort, right? There's also the need for the universe to let it work out in your favor. It takes time. Anything that you're trying for, anything big, right? It takes time for it to work out, right? So you are not giving the universe that time to work it out in your favor, but the things are actually going in your favor, but it's just that you are not realizing that, and that's why you're getting frustrated. That's why you're losing your inner balance, right? So it talks about getting that balance back. Yeah. So it's that need for rest. Take it a step back, right? Just don't be too engrossed in trying to make it happen too soon, right? Take a step back, right? Yep, the Moon. See the 4 of Swords and the Moon side by side. Plus, you have the Fool. So again, it talks about getting that control over your mind. I think your mind, in your case, my group number 4, is not acting as your friend, right? And so that's why the Moon has come up, right? So you need to get that control over your mind, because the Moon signifies the mind, a lot to do with mind, mentality, right? But at the same time, I feel like you people also have very creative mind, very imaginative mind, right? You people could also be, people, who are associated with some sort of a creative field, right? Maybe whatever, it is that, you are trying to make it work, that, you are aspiring for, that you have big dreams about. Maybe it's something to do with some sort of a creative aspect. Something to do with communication, or it could be some other things. But you have that drive, you have that mental faculty to make it happen. But I think the only thing is, you are lacking that balance, you are lacking that trust in the universe. You are trying to make it happen too soon. Okay, see the moment that the Devil card came up, right? So yeah, it's like, you are acting as your own enemy. You are not prepared to let universe work out for you. So that's why, you are too confused. You are agitated. It's like, you are your own prisoner, right? See, the Devil has this, it's like chained down, right? So it's your thoughts, your way of thinking. They are like chaining you down. They are tying you down, and it's very interesting that the Devil has come next to the Moon, right? So it's like, your mind is chaining you down. The way you are thinking, your thought process, um, I think that's what's keeping you down. Yep. And then the Nine of Cups, right? So definitely it's keeping you in a lot of that turmoil that I had initially mentioned, right? A lot of that because you are unhappy. But see, there is no need for you to be unhappy, right? Because the universe is clearly working in your favor. It's just that you are not realizing it. You are trying to make things happen too soon. You want everything to work out in your favor very quickly, right? And that's why you are suffering. I think that's what's happening in your case. Oh my goodness. See, I have the Devil card again from another tarot deck, right? From the Muse Tarot. So I have the Devil over here and then I have the Devil over here, right? So clearly, it talks about you being your own enemy. It's like, you are entangled in some sort of a negative thought process, right? You are being too agitated. You are being too irritated. You are being too rude. Maybe to yourself and maybe also to others, right? You are being angry. You are suffering from a lot of anger, a lot of depression, lot of convulsive energy, because I think you have so much of energy, you have so much of drive that sometimes, that's why I said, sometimes it is going against you, right? If you channelize that energy properly and if you find that inner balance, if you have trust in the universe, it's going to all work out in your favor. But what's happening is sometimes some of that energy, it's like it's acting out of you in a very negative way, right? And it's ending up hurting you, and it's ending up hurting others around you, right? So that's what you need to you need to really be careful about, my group number 4, because the Devil card has appeared twice over here. Also interesting is, as I said, it's more to do about your long-term changes in your life rather than just 1 month. I think in February you may start to start the process of changing yourself, but I think it's more about a long-term effect, right? Also, it's very interesting to note that you already have a lot of major arcana cards. You have the Chariot over here, the Fool over here, the Moon over here, and then the Devil has come out twice. Right, so you already have like 1, 2, 3, 5 major arcana cards over here, and arcana cards, and especially having that many major arcana cards, it always talks about more long-term effects, more long-term changes. Oh, another arcana card, the Awakening, which is the Justice in the normal tarot deck. So it talks about, it's like as if a change is happening in you, right? And a change is happening around you. And I think to an extent, you are not seeing that. And because of all that change, you are also becoming more turbulent. So I get that sense that I think my group number 4, you people are going through some sort of a change, some sort of a transformation, maybe some sort of a shift in vibration, right? And because of that, what's happening is whenever you go through some sort of a change, that phase of change, when the change is actually happening, it tends to be very turbulent, right? So before and after the change is always better than the actual change. Because when the actual change is happening, it tends to be very turbulent, right? And I think that's what you may be going through. That's why you are always agitated. But that change is actually for the better, right? And I think the Awakening card has come out just below the Fool card. So it's a positive change that is happening for you. That's going to bring you more inner peace. It's it's opening up your vision, the real vision, right? But you are just not there yet to fully understand that, fully comprehend that. And that's why, you feel like so much irritation, so much, the jumpiness and all that stuff. Yep, the Queen of Swords. So a lot of clarity is coming, a lot of inner awakening is happening, a lot of it's like the universe is working in your favor to arrange the things for you so that you understand that whatever was happening had a purpose, right? and but you probably are not realizing that yet, and that's what's making you more grumpy, more agitated, more irritated, right? Yep, Emperor, another arcana, right? So a lot of stability. So if you look at these three cards, right? So you have the Awakening, the Queen of Voices, the Queen of Sword, and the Emperor, right? So far now, then you have 7 arcana cards has come out so far. So, and some of them, like this Awakening card, which is the Justice card in the normal tarot deck, the Fool, and the Emperor. They also talk about a lot of strong spiritual basis. So again, I feel like a lot of transformation is happening in your life. It's a long-term transformation, and February is just one stepping stone in that regard. It's a more positive transformation where you are becoming more stable. The universe is working to make you more grounded, more in control of yourself. You are turning from a more material to a more spiritual side, right? And in that process, is proving to be very difficult for you. That change process is proving to be very difficult for you, right? And in that process, you are also trying to walk towards something. So there's a great need for you, my group number 4, is to trust the universe, because the universe is clearly working in your favor. They're trying to make you more grounded. They're trying to get the balance back in you, right? You have to get the balance back in you and trust the universe. Yep, the healing light. So you are the healing light. And the universe is also sending healing, positive vibrations, positive vibes, positive energy towards you. So open your heart to grasp that, to be receptive to that healing light. And I also get the sense that you will in turn be a healing light to others. Right? So again, I think that grumpiness in you is more of that inner that change, that radical change that is happening. But I think as a whole, you are not a bad person, right? Your energy level is in a very high. You are someone with a very high vibration, right? And I think that's why that lot of change is happening, and you are being unable to adjust to that change, the inner change, and that's why you are being grumpy. Plus, the fact that you are trying to walk towards something else that you have already put in a lot of effort and a lot of passion, and you are trying to also make that happen too soon. Even that is not helping you either. That's also keeping you making you further irritated, right? Because you are expecting some result too soon. So it's a need for that passion, need for the patience, need for a little bit of surrendering, that surrendering attitude to the universe, need for that balance. That is the need for the hour for you, right? That is what you need to work on in this February. So again, planning and action, right? So yeah, so definitely plan your action and think twice before you do anything or before you say anything, because given your current nature and given the fact that the devil has come up twice, again, don't be too impulsive. Before you say something to others, think twice, right? Plan everything and act accordingly. Fear. So this also kind of relates to what I was talking earlier, right? So it's again, it relates to the devil card. It's too much of that negative emotion, that negative grumpiness, agitation, fear. And again, this could well relate to whatever you are trying to make happen over here. Oh, things are not working so far. I have put in so much effort. Why is it not, showing any result? Right? What's going on? I would like to say, why is the universe acting again like this with me? Haven't I put enough effort? When am I going to get result? Why are the others getting result and I am not getting anything? Is that kind of an apprehension, that kind of a fear? Maybe it could be also related to some other issues are surrounding you, which you are not grasping yet, right? Maybe some family issue, maybe some other, something to do with your near and dear ones. And you are feeling afraid about certain things. But again, the universe is telling you, trust and surrender, because it's clearly that is not your real nature. It's just a temporary phase. You are actually someone very strong, very stable, and the universe, this great transformation is happening in you. It's just a temporary phase, right? So get that balance back, be grounded. See, new beginning. right? That's what I was telling you all the time, right? So the Chariot over here and the new beginning clearly shows that a brighter future is waiting. It's actually approaching you, right? Be receptive to that. The universe is working to, to make you more childlike, to fill you with inner love, inner healing, right? Divine love, spiritual wisdom. So that's why, this is just a temporary phase. Be more receptive to that. New beginning is definitely coming. Yep, patience. Just be patient, right? I've already talked about this earlier anyway, so patience. And then the final card I have over here is, look, it's transformation. Again, I have nothing else to say. I've already talked about this before. So I think transformation, and then you have the new beginning over here, right? So it clearly says that, whatever you are going through right now, is just a temporary phase, because the universe is, there's a big change is happening in your vibration, big change is happening, in the way you think, in the way you act. It's like, I think it's for a lot of you, it's like a change from more material to more spiritual. It's an inner awakening. And as you are going through that process, it's proving to be more difficult for you, right? Again, as I said before, I don't know if you have noticed, in any of in the way how nature works. It's like whenever you go from one thing to another thing, whenever you go from one state to another state, that change is always very tricky. It's always very difficult, because what's happening is you are abandoning a lot of your negative aspects of your life, a lot of negative characters, and you're moving into more positive things. It's like you are abandoning the darkness and you're moving towards light, right? You're abandoning the darkness and you're moving towards light. But as you are moving towards light, that darker aspect of your life, they're going to try their best to put you down, to keep you down, because you are going away from their control. So far, all those negative qualities had dominated in your life, but now, you are like giving up on them. You are moving towards a brighter future. And it is that fight. It is that fight between the darker and the brighter forces. That's what's happening in your life. But the good thing is, universe is taking you towards a more stable, more grounded, more spiritual, more beautiful, more someone who will learn to surrender to the divinity, who will learn to conquer their inner demons. That's what is waiting for you. But in the process, you are going through that struggle right now. That's why, you are going through, the devil card has come up twice. That's why, you are so grumpy, so agitated, you are so fearful, so apprehensive. You expect results too soon, impatient. So you need to work on your patience, till you get to that stage, till you get over this transformation. Learn to surrender, learn to trust the divinity, learn to trust the universe. Work on your patience, work on your inner balance, grounding. And again, remember, that's why you chose this unakite crystal, right? And a very bright and positive and very spiritual future is waiting for you, my group number 4. So hopefully this resonated with you. And if you do like this reading, do leave me a comment and subscribe to my channel and give me a like. And I hope to see you in another video in the future. For now, I take your leave. Bye.